For anybody that doesn't know me here tonight, I'm Peter and I'm Rhio's dad. And again, it falls on me as the proud father of the bride to make the first speech. And I'd like to ask you all to go easy on me as I'm quite nervous. When you've got a speech hanging over your head, the first thing you look for is words of comfort, something to help you through it.
Glass of wine?
Well, some people go for the glass of wine, but the internet tells you not to. So, that's water. So the words of wisdom that I bring and comfort come from my beautiful daughter, Rhio. Whilst we were having a conversation a few nights back, while I was talking, come moaning about having to go first today, Rhio gave me the words of wisdom, good luck breaking that ice, Dad. So thanks for that. You're a real help. I think she deserves a round of applause for that. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention her special attitude, cocky face, in which she said it is reserved only for her father. So, and again. On behalf of myself, my wife Nicole, Tom's parents, Lynn and Danny, we'd like to welcome you all out to Rhio's wedding today. We've come from far across the country. We've got Durham, Doncaster, Nottingham and Wales, just to name a few places.
Yorkshire.
Say again? We have got people here today from Yorkshire, that's right. But we don't like to talk about it. And who would? But they are in the family. Nick, welcome. I've got some people that I need to say a special thank you to for the contribution they've made today. And firstly, is this beautiful woman sitting next to me, Nicole. The first part of the thanks is for all the work that she's put in today, making this such a special occasion. But the main part of the thanks is for raising that girl that you see over there sitting next to Tom.
Yeah.
Then we come to Zolin, the wedding coordinator, as she's been called Wonder Woman and all different kinds of names. She's been absolutely fantastic with her help, bringing the whole day together. And we've got her a little gift to show her how much we appreciate her help. So if she's around, if she can hear me, hopefully. Where is she? Zolin, go that way so everybody can see you. Take their eyes off me for a couple of minutes. There you go, Zolin, thanks for your help. Next up, I'd like to make particular mention to Mark Manning. Who conducted such a lovely wedding service today. I'd also like to note his striking resemblance to the ever handsome Donny Osmond. Though, if I was to be honest, I wanted to hire in an Elvis. But Rhio and Tom were absolutely adamant that Mark Manning did it. And obviously, I was in total agreement, because he's a top man. Thanks, Mark. Jason, the photographer. I'm sure he's here somewhere with that long... Yeah, I didn't think he'd be far away. We want to thank you for stepping in at such short notice to photograph this special occasion. Thanks a lot. And last, but definitely not least, is Alison. I don't know where she is. Where is she? There she is. Alison, for helping with the bridesmaid dresses. Now trust me, that was no easy task. You'll all have heard the saying, tears, tantrums and tiaras. Forget about it, because it's not even close. I know it falls into Tom's category, but as part of my thanks to Alison, I just want to say how great the bridesmaids look. And it wouldn't have happened without that lady sitting over there. So Alison, we've got you some flowers, if you'd like to come up and get them, please. And now we come to the most delightful part of the speech. Time to talk about Rhio. Rhio, you look stunning, absolutely unbelievably beautiful, completely. I'm sure everybody here would agree. I just want to say that Rhio is a kind-hearted, funny, considerate. She's always happy, except when she's being moody. Which is probably more than she's always happy. Or 50-50, maybe, I'm not sure. She's got an amazing personality, and she's been an absolute pleasure to raise. She's grown up so quickly, and we couldn't be more proud of her. I'm sure I can speak for all of the family, her aunties, her uncles, her grandparents. They've all been a huge part in her upbringing. We want to give special mention to her Auntie Kerry, who through many and many a year ended up being Rio's little personal problem solver. And there has been some. During a trip to the local shop, Kerry happened to go there one day, and she happened to see my dog Oscar tied to the railing. After a couple of circuits of this shop, she realised that Rhio was no longer in the shop and she was indoors watching TV. Now, I'm not going to dwell on that subject too much, because I made that same journey to that same shop, and when I come outside, there was only a lead and a collar there. So, you know, I'm not going to give Rhio too much grief. Now, I did a couple of circuits of the block, and I eventually found out that he was indoors watching TV with Rhio. So there you go. Right, there's Rhio. So moving on from the good, I'm afraid, Tom, that leaves you with the bad and the ugly. But, so it's time to talk about Tom. And as you can all see, just by looking at the two of them together, he's a handsome lad and he's a good lad. And they make an absolutely perfect couple. Tom, we'd like to thank you for making her happy. And she has been happy since the day you met. And any married man in this room will tell you that when the women are happy, we're all happy. The day that you two met also made me happy. Cheap gym membership. And it led to you taking her off our hands. Tom, that's off our hands. You know what that means, don't you? Well, if you don't now, you're about to. Trust me. Before I finally close, it's customary to share some words of wisdom and advice. Firstly, Tom, a piece of advice that I hope will ensure a long, happy, fruitful marriage. And it's simply this. In your house, you are the boss. but your wife is the decision maker. Secondly, a short story. A wise old Irishman I said old, not ancient. A wise old Irishman once likened building a marriage to building a wall. And being in the construction industry myself, I'd like to think that what he meant was the compatibility of the materials used, i.e. Rhio and Tom. And the more care and thought taken during the construction, i.e. kindness and consideration, the stronger and the longer that wall or marriage will stand, i.e. being on the same flight back from Lanzarote. Even though that wise old Irishman, who I think was born sometime in the early 1900s, he's actually here with us today. His name is Terry Moran. Give him a big round of applause. He's actually my father-in-law. And if truth be told, the truth behind that story was reference to a misfortunate incident involving one of our walls on one of our construction sites. But as my own dad taught me, you should never ever let the truth get in the way of a good story. Well, I'd just like to clear this up because it's been going on for 17 odd years now. The actual truth behind this unfortunate incident, it was actually my brother Mickey's end of the wall that caused the problem. So, can we now put that to rest? I'd like everybody now to be upstanding for a toast. And all raise your glasses for my speech. Not really. Rhio and Tom, everybody. Thank you very much.
Something I made up this afternoon happens to be our best man.
It's really funny.
That's Nathaniel. Give him a round of applause.
Good job.
Cheers, Terry.
Tom wanted me to say a few words about him first. Tom is amazing, he's very big, he's strong, and when I grow up I wish I could be like him. So, yeah, he didn't think I'd actually say that. But no, if you don't know me, I'm Tom's brother, and obviously I'm best man for today. I think I was picked as best man because me and Tom have always been quite close, like throughout our lives. So I see myself as quite a good brother, quite a good friend, not just that, but as his hero and his idol. Over the past year, I've got to know Rhio, and I've got to see how well she has learned to control Tom, which is a challenge in itself. And as we all know, Rhio is too good for Tom. And Tom is extremely picky with girls, so I'm glad to say that now Rhio is my sister, and I'd like to officially welcome her to the family. Rhio, I think we can all agree you look amazing, you look fantastic, and Tom, I really wish you made an effort today. I just want to mention a few things and a few stories about Tom to basically remind Rhio of what she's got herself into. Tom's always been quite a leader. He's done his marine training, or as much as he could hack. He's now a floor manager. He was a top salesman at David Lloyd's, and obviously he went on a mission in Romania and done well there. But I think one of the best examples I can give is when we were younger, our parents decided to go out and we were all bored of something to do. And we didn't know what to do, so we looked at Tom, and Tom decided, you know what, let's grab the martial arts belts and let's tie Noah up, our youngest brother. And we made a long rope out of these martial arts belts, which went from the top window through the entire house and back outside. So we tied Noah up, we started pulling him up, we got 3/4 of the way through and our parents decided to come home. We all panic, and as Tom's the oldest, we're like, Tom, what do we do? What do we do? And he said, quickly get him down first, and then I'll decide. So we got him down and we looked at him like, okay, Tom, like we really need to sort this out, we can't untie him. He's like, you know what, let's tie him up a bit more so he can't say anything, let's throw him in the shed. So yeah, just so Noah couldn't say anything. But yeah, he finally got out about 40 minutes later. Wasn't too happy about that. Another thing about Tom is OCD. He's very OCD, so the fact that these tables right now are not fully symmetrical is probably irritating him. He likes his things nice and perfect, everything in line and everything. He likes his, especially his shoes. He likes his shoes all touching, all perfectly in line. And yeah, he's got more shoes than Rhio. It's strange. But because of Tom's recent pay rise, I'm sure Rhio will change that. I'd like to give a few reasons why I think Rhio is extremely good for Tom. The first 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rio's ripped pretty much. She obviously goes to the gym, and on one or two occasions I've caught them comparing themselves in the mirror. And yeah, this hurts Tom's ego a bit, because he's not as ripped as her. Yeah, also, Tom's quite quick-witted, so he knows how to wind you up a bit as well. But Rhio gives a good fight against him, and I can tell you they're very entertaining to listen to. Not only that, but Tom's a bum man, just saying. So, he doesn't let us forget how good Rio's bum is, so he's given permission to just, without letting her know, just take a little look, just to see how good it is. That takes me on to the next story. The first time we met Rhio, Tom brought her home, which is a surprise because normally he doesn't do that, but when he does, we're not too pleased with him. He introduced her to us, and then he decided, you know, I'm going to go up to my room. And so Rhio walked up first, Tom walked up second, and then when they were out of sight, Tom decides, I'm going to poke my head round. And he said to me, "God, she's fit, isn't she? Do you see her bum?" Yeah, he did actually say that. One last story about Tom is it's an example of how Tom likes to go out and get what he wants. So I remember a few years ago, we'd gone to Kamer Park. It's basically just a park near Gravesend. And we went there with our dog Maddie and all of us boys. So we went there with the football. We were just playing football for a bit. And so we decided to leave. And then when we're about to leave, Tom looks over and he sees a few girls that he's been giving eye contact to. And he decides, come on, rush everyone in the car. Come on, let's go in pursuit of these girls. So we start driving off, and then we realise, wait a sec, something's missing. So we look in the rearview mirror, and there's our dog in the dust, thinking, guys, what are you doing? Where are you going? Just like, so this put Tom in quite a difficult position. He had to pick girls or dog. And yeah, he picked the dog. So I think we're all fortunate to be in the presence of such a fine man who's willing to sacrifice so much. But in all seriousness, you two are perfect for each other. Rhio, good luck with him. And Tom, good luck being under the thumb for the rest of your life. So can everyone just please stand and just raise your glasses. Just to Rhio and Tom.
Thank you very much.
That's perfect, man.
One young man left is our main man. He happens to be our groom, Tom. Give him a round of applause. Just getting what's up.
Oh.
Okay, well, I think my speech is a little bit easier compared to Pete's and Nathaniel's, but they both did a really, really good job. I know one was a bit more nervous than the other. He's wiping his head over there still. Basically, my speech is a little bit easier. I just kind of wanted to thank you all for coming out today. Me and Rhio spent a long time kind of planning this wedding, obviously with the help of so many people who we've already given thanks to. But I kind of wanted to basically just talk about Rhio a little bit. Okay.
Put it on Facebook!
So, as Pete briefly mentioned, we met at the health club. I worked in the David Lloyd Health Club. Now, a few of you would have heard this story before. But basically, I started off not too long ago, and I was a new salesman. And basically, what I had to do is when people came in and wanted to either join the club, or have a little look around, or go on a little trial to see if they liked it, they had to see the sales consultants and be shown around first and get set up. Now, I was quite new, so they didn't really trust me with the people who were really, really serious about joining. So at the time, we had a temporary little trial going on. And I think my second appointment ever that I ever had was with a girl called Rhio Corbett. And it was the first person that I was able to actually get let by myself to show around. So I went outside and I saw Rhio and her mum sitting down. Rhio had these massive what are they? Earmuffs. Like massive earmuffs on it. And I looked out, and every time now, this was just the kind of, I'd have a salesman in there, so the guys, if there was a girl, they was asked, what she looked like, and stuff like that. Just, if you go to David Lloyd and if you're a girl, that's going to be what happens first before they see you. I went back out and I saw them, went back in, and my colleague's like, what's she like then? I was like, yeah, not bad. Yeah, not bad, it's all right. And went back out, and by that time, Rhio had taken his earmuffs off. She's later told me that she took those off in a hurry, because she was quite impressed with the guy that walked out to show her around. Now, walked out, and when showed Rhio and her mum around, mum was speaking a bit more than Rhio at first. We went upstairs, and it was very, very kind of obvious to me that Rhio had a lot of banter, and started kind of slating me off a little bit, very, very mildly. But I thought this would be a bit quite fun, not exactly how I imagined it going. We started talking a little bit, and kind of as Nathaniel briefly mentioned, we went upstairs, and as a good gentleman, I let Rhio go up first. And showed her around a little bit, and then finally her mum left. Mum had to go to a yoga class, and that's when I was finally left alone to do what I wanted to do for those 40 minutes. And then I was able to speak to Rhio. And I knew within the first kind of 5 minutes that I really liked her. And that was something different. At the same time, I was a little bit worried about what would happen to my career at David Lloyd if I pursued this girl who came in. And so she finally came down, we had a little chat, and then I felt a bit of a window of opportunity closing. And so I quickly asked her if we could hang out sometime. And I think, did I ask you for your number?
No, you said, can I go through the David Lloyd system and get your details?
Yeah, I already had the details on the system anyway.
You already took them. You already took my number before you asked me. You already had it.
Exactly. So I already had the details, so I thought I'd have a bit of a pillow here if I could make a bit of mistake and she says no. But I really wanted to hang out with Rhio, and so I asked her if we could hang out the next day. She said she didn't think that would happen, thought I'd be a bit more cool than that, but I was a little bit not cool and maybe a little bit desperate. But we started hanging out, and I fell in love with this girl really quickly. And I think it was within the first couple of weeks. This may seem really strange, but I knew I wanted to marry her. And there was something really different about Rhio. And every single day that we've been hanging out together and just absolutely just having fun, she's become my best friend very quickly. And I feel like she's my soulmate. So once I decided I definitely wanted to marry her, then came on to the next task, which was asking Pete. Now, if any of you know Pete, which half of you do, you can imagine what that was like and the planning that went into it. But I managed to catch Pete by himself. We've had Nicole and Rhio there. They went to London, and I was able to speak to Pete. I thought I won't ask him. I'd rather just tell him, because I thought if he says no, then I don't know what my next step will be. And Pete's not the sort of person you want to get on the wrong side of. So I thought I'd play my cards right and did the best I could. But Rheo's got an absolutely awesome family, not just her immediate family, but all the extended family she has here. And I've gradually, through this time we've been dating, got to know all of them, and I think they're absolutely awesome. And I'm so glad that you're able to join into our family. Okay, so I'm glad that you're all able to be here and share this special day with us. A lot of planning went into it, and yeah, that's it. I don't even know, because I thought I'd be able to freestyle this. So I want to say a massive thank you, firstly, to her mum again, to Nicole. For everything she's done. Nicole's helped a lot with all the wedding planning, and she's been an absolute star. And Pete's really helped as well, because as a true man, he stayed out of it. Best thing to do. He's turned up on the day. I'd also like to thank my parents as well. Thought it'd be better if they stay out of it as well, but thank you then. And sorry. Yeah. Okay, well, here we go. Yeah, we've got some bouquets for the mum here, so I want to give one to. I'll give one to my mum first. There you go, mum. That's good. And for Nicole. Next is the bridesmaids next. Yeah. Okay. And for finally the bridesmaids, who've helped us out a lot. So we've got a few little gifts here. Okay, so firstly, Lauren, if you'd like to come up, please. Go, Lauren, give us a hug. Okay, Emily, come on up. Cheers. Give us a hug. Gemma. Thanks for coming. Okay, Becca, come on up. Cheers. Finally, for Neve. Neve. Come round. Right. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? I don't know. Now there's someone really quite special. To me, it's kind of like the godmother of Rio's family, who's helped us out a lot, and she's kind of like the oracle we always go to for advice. And she's helped us a lot with a lot of advice and helped us through our relationship quite a lot. Sheila, if you could come up, please. Where is it? Finally, I'd like to thank you all again for coming out and for this kind of uniting of two families, the Corbetts and the Shillabeers. So if we could all raise our glasses, please. For the Corbetts and the Shillabeers.